Hello, everyone. Welcome. I just said good evening to everyone. I posted it and it came up at 555. Oh my goodness. 555 is the number of transformation and change. That's what 555. It is also in alignment to the seraphim as well. So it's a very powerful number. And, yeah, and Tessa is, who said, "Hey, hey," came up at 555. So, wow. So we got some real powerful energy coming into tonight. And, so welcome everybody. Oh, man, the loads of intensity. I know. Venus had a square this morning to Pluto at 26 degrees. We also have, and that's where she retrograded over, at the end of December into the new year, into this year. Venus retrograded in Capricorn, right? And as she retrograded over Pluto three times at 26 degrees. So here we have this very powerful energy at 26 degrees. Mercury retrograded over as well. So we have this energy at 26 degrees. So I decided to look up what the Sabian symbol is of 26 degrees Capricorn. And 26 degrees. Now, of course, it's not going to pop up for me because I was just looking at it. Okay, here we go. It's the sun on the nature spirit dancing in the waterfalls. That's the Sabian symbol. Let me see if I can pull up more. Let's go to this one. Here we go. All right. Whoa. So, such tiny writing as if I can read that. The Sabian symbols make several references to nature spirits. Here we are dealing with the revelation of the spiritual or the psychic forces related to the element water. The water binds all living cells in a wholesome interplay. It symbolizes the constraint flow of vital energies and the fluidity of consciousness, which finds itself stimulated by change, the great cycle of water within the Earth's biosphere, oceans, clouds, rain, and rivers, symbolizes the basic phases of universal life forces and process. The ascent and descent of emotional energies. Wow. And that's, I mean, right there, the ascent and descent of emotional energies. I mean, that's exactly what we're on right now. There is such emotional energy right now and a charge of emotional energy right now. Um, this is where really coming into and being strong within your values, within your own truth, right? And especially as the moon or as the sun will be going into Scorpio. So we're coming into energy of fixed energy. And that means when you're fixed and when you're coming into fixed energy, it is knowing your boundaries, especially Scorpio. Know your boundaries. Like, this is as far as I'm going to go, or no, I can go a little bit further. This is also a time where you will find with a lot of the energies that are coming in, and with Saturn going forward just before the new moon. So we have Saturn going forward in Aquarius. This is where this, let's get going, but it's the uncertainty of it all. And with Saturn in Aquarius comes in this uncertainty, yet it is a very, Aquarius is fixed, right? So we want things to be a certain way. We want things to be, you know, um not up in the air, not knowing what's happening. Yet we are in energies that has great uncertainty and has energies of deception and deceitfulness. that are coming forward with it, with this movement. And as we are drawing closer to the eclipse, this is where we are going to be seeing a lot of energies to do with the economy. We are going to start seeing things to do with governments in the economy, governments with banks. The Bank of Canada was saying that they needed to be bailed out. I think, what was it, $1 billion bailout? Um, and that's the first time we've heard out of all the banks in the world right now, Bank of Canada is starting to come out. So, we're just like, whoa, that's, you're thinking that you're sitting okay, yet there is these underlying currents that are coming in, that are really pushing matters to a deeper degree. And this is where, this, when we look at the mystical waters, this is, the vitality, the energy, but it's that psychic force. Now, psychic force, or spiritual or psychic force. Now, we have psychic force, which can be very positive, very beautiful energy that wants to come in and be used for good. We can also have a psychic force that can be very negative and be very forceful and manipulative, and be like a vampire, having that energy of that vampire. And then when people think of Scorpio, it's that darkness. And you think of the underworld with Scorpio. Anytime I ever saw any illustrations of Scorpio, it's either, they're dressed in black. It's very demonic kind of looking for Scorpio, because it's that underworld and that seediness. But it is also the part of rebirthing. Scorpio is the death and rebirth. You have to go through the death. If you don't go through the death, you can't have the birthing. You have to go through this cosmic level of the soul. And there's this cosmic level of the world soul that is coming in. And this is coming in and having us manifestation of our soul, in a way that brings in something very magical, and that bringing in a substance, a chemist. This is a rediscovering of our behaviors and situations, and how we are wanting to come into our own alchemy in our spirituality, in our development, in creating something that is beautiful, right? That's what we want to do. We want to create something that is beautiful. We want to have that dynamic energy between our, between the lovers, between our friends, where we are going. We want to have that beautiful ultimate chemistry that can enhance us and bring forth to us this beautiful substance. And that's there, with this energy is coming in. There is this beautiful substance that is saying, yeah, yet there is a darkness that is coming in that wants to bring forth the manipulation and bring forth the tyranny of it all. And it's, I when you start to look at it, and I said something yesterday about Loblaws and their president's choice, and freezing their prices and stuff. And it's like it's a corporation, but it kind of got me. And I was like, there's something else there. Yes, they want you in because they're a big corporation. They want you to spend money. In fact, a lot of grocery stores aren't doing as well as what they would like to be doing, because people are not spending the money. They're buying the basics. They're not overextending themselves on a lot of things right now, because they're worried about the future. They're worried about what's going to be unfolding. And the biggest thing right now, if before the real price, I mean, things are price hiking. I mean, food and everything has gone up over 30%, is getting the basics, making sure you have the basics in your house, and staples, because of the price hikes and stuff that are coming in. But going back to that Sabian symbol, the 26 degrees is the first this is the first stage of and I'm going to say with Venus being there and going over Pluto, it's we have the first stages of an activation of the psyche, of an awakening that is happening in the world. There is an awakening that's happening. There is a rumbling that's happening within the world that is uncovering, and things are coming forth for us. We may not see it because of the darkness that is there, that is trying to blind us and not allow us to see it. But there is a deep intuition, a super physical energies that are coming in right now, which at with this sequence, there's a sequence, there's a mastering of sequences, and this is a huge one, and they call it phase 300. And the consciousness here becomes sensitized to the downward flow of the occult energy in its bountiful stage. Now we're starting to see, and we're starting to begin to see and witness an unfolding. We're on this unfolding of energy that's coming in, and there is a huge awakening. We are seeing it, yet the manipulative powers don't want you to see it. They don't want you to see the farmers protesting. It's called the fart tax. No word. It's like a fart tax in New Zealand, because they say that the animals fart too much and it's causing too much methane gas. And when you start to look into it and you start to look really deep, you begin to see the money train. You know, when in the Bible, when it says the root of all evil, is money. And it's that energy of what it's being used for. And we're seeing the root of this evil in the world that wants to manipulate and control what we eat, what we say, where we go, how we fart. you know, there is this energy that wants to control every molecule of ourselves, of our being. Yet this bountiful energy that is coming in is saying no. It's saying no. It's saying no. And that's why there's this activation in this quarter square, or this three-quarter square of Venus coming in and activating that point again with the sun before it goes into Scorpio. And Mercury quincunxing over there saying, hey, there is something there. We may not see everything on the table yet, but there is something there that we have to be aware of. That's why your psyche, that's why your intuition is being awakened. And for you to really be trusting in that and instilling within your own self your values and your boundaries, and be working within your boundaries and saying, this is what I need to be doing in order for myself and my people and everybody to be fortified in this energy, in order for us to stand in our light, to stand in our truth, and continue to stand in our light and our truth. I find it interesting that so many Hollywood people are being the veils are coming down, like all this stuff about James Gordon coming out, and I thought that was quite interesting, because I'm feeling, one, he's not really following the master